In 9.8 exponential log equations, basically we're going to take all the variety of topics we've learned throughout this chapter and we're going to solve different types of equations. So if we take a look at number 1, we have 2 to the x power equals 5. And how we're going to approach this is that we're going to change it into a logarithmic function. So we're going to change it to log base 2 of 5 equals x. And we need to evaluate for x. And because we don't have it as the log base 10 or log base e, we can use change of base. So we can do log of 5 over log of 2, and that will give us x. And if we use our calculators to plug it in and evaluate it, it will be approximately 2.3219. Now if we take a look at example number 2, we have log base 3 of x plus 5 equals 2. Now in this case it starts out as a logarithm, so we're going to change it into an exponential function to be 3 squared equals x plus 5. From there, that's a typical equation we've seen several times. We're going to evaluate it and solve. So 3 squared is 9 equals x plus 5. And then subtract 5, and we get x equals 4. In example number 3, we have log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of the quantity x plus 1 equals 1. Now, what you'll notice in this case is that they have the same base and it's addition. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the product property to bring those together, which says that if it's addition with the same base, we can multiply. So I'm going to multiply x times the quantity x plus 1. We're going to get x squared plus x, and that's going to equal 1. From there, I'm going to take this logarithmic equation and make it exponential. And I get 6 to the first equals x squared plus x. Hopefully you'll notice that now is actually a quadratic equation. So we're going to set it equal to 0. And this is actually factorable. We're going to get x plus 3, x minus 2. And so we get x equals negative 3, and x equals positive 2. And you might recall in another section, we can't have negatives for an argument either, so the answer will just be 2. And finally, our last question, we're going to take a look at log of x minus 1 minus log of x equals 1. Now, with the minus sign, that's going to imply that it is the quotient property. So we're going to do log of x minus 1 over x, and that's going to equal 1. It's implied that it's a base 10, so we're going to change this logarithmic equation to exponential. So it's going to be 10 to the first power equals x minus 1 over x. From here, what we can do is we're going to try to solve x. So what we're going to do is multiply by x on both sides to get it out of the denominator. And you get 10x equals x minus 1. I'll then get 9x equals negative 1, and x equals negative 1/9. Because it's negative and it doesn't work, and there is no other solution, we simply do not get a solution for this equation.